Hiya, Langley Leopards. I'm really excited because school year is starting soon, and even though I'm not going to be able to see you in person, I'll see you in art resource for Zoom lessons, and I'll be popping in your regular classes, and I'll be working very closely with 5th grade. But I bought a very special book, and it's called Pete the Cat's Crayons Rock. I'm very excited to read it to you today, so I hope you enjoy. It's written by Kimberly and James Dean. Pete the Cat, Crayons Rock. Pete loves his box of groovy crayons. He loves to draw things like cars, trucks, flowers, and trees. And most of all, the big blue sea. From rockin' red to cool cat blue with a box of crayons, there's nothing Pete can't do. One day, Pete decided to draw something new. His friends! Using lots of colors is so much fun, Pete wanted to use every one. He scribbled and drew a great big smile. His drawings were groovy and rockin' with style. Crayons rock! Pete was proud of the pictures he drew. He hoped his friends would dig them too. Pete showed Grumpy Toad first. Grumpy Toad said, "That doesn't look right. Those colors are way too bright." That wasn't very nice. Pete thought, "Hey, no sweat, that's all right. The next one will be dynamite." For Gus from Pete. Pete showed Gus his picture too. Gus asked, "Who is this supposed to be?" "It doesn't really look like me." Pete thought, "Hey, no sweat, that's all right. The next one will be just right." For Callie from Pete. You know, that's why I love Pete the Cat, is he doesn't get too frustrated. He just shows that perseverance, and he keeps on going. Pete finally showed Callie her picture. Callie said, "This one is fine, but it feels like something's missing from mine." Pete said, "What a mess! Bummer. I guess my drawings aren't the best." Pete started to frown, and he put his crayons down. In art class, the teacher asked, "Pete, what are you going to make?" "I don't know. I'm afraid of making a mistake." Pete looked around. Gus drew the coolest superheroes. Callie's flowers were awesome, out of sight. Grumpy's motorcycle was just right. Pete's heart sank. His paper was blank. The gang looked at Pete and said, "No sweat, it's all right. It doesn't have to be just right. Your art is cool because it's you. Your art is so unique. Grab your groovy box of crayons. Show us your technique." The teacher agreed. Art should be fun. Art is for everyone. From rockin' red to cool cat blue, with a box of crayons, there's nothing you can't do. Pete smiled. "There are no rules. It's no big deal. Art is about how it makes you feel." Pete loved his cool art. That's the one thing Pete knew. Suddenly, Pete knew exactly what to do. He tried again. Instead of drawing them one by one, Pete drew the whole gang, just for fun. "Wow, way to go, Pete. That's a rockin' masterpiece." Grumpy Toad, Gus, and Callie agreed. Pete's picture was off the charts. See, that's the groovy thing about art. The best art comes from the heart. Crayons rock. I really hope you enjoyed Pete the Cat and Crayons Rock. I love this story because, first of all, it's about art and crayons, but the art teacher in that story was right. It's okay if you make a mistake. It's okay if it's not right. Art is about doing something from the heart and having fun. So this year, it's going to be different because at first, you're not going to be in the classroom with Miss Jones. So I'm going to be doing live art lessons with you. I'm going to be putting things on your Google Classroom. And I just want you to have fun and do your best. And don't give up. Remember, I love you. It's going to be a great year.